Okay, so hello, and today I'm going to start the vlog for the Ruin and Rising book, third book in the Grishaverse situation. Okay, put this down because I am changing my pens and I don't want anyone to see it because obviously naked content is not the best content, okay? But as I was saying, I am currently on page 80 something of Ruin and Rising. And do you remember, if you've watched my Siege and Storm vlog, there was a part that I said like I was worried because I was enjoying how Shadow and Bone had to be like slow paced because they were introducing the story, but I was really concerned about Ruin and Rising because Siege and Storm had a really fast pace, and I was concerned, and that's why I liked it. And I was concerned that Ruin and Rising was not going to have, was not going to have such a great pace because I had heard rumors that a lot of the story was passed underground, and as such, I was concerned that I wouldn't enjoy it as much. And I am concerned because I am currently 80 something pages in. And they are still in the fucking underground. I am like, why don't you just... I know that they are in peril. Okay, I know that they are supposed to be hidden, that they want to find a firebird, and that they have to be underground and they are trying to come to the top. But 80 fucking pages of them underground. I'm not complaining a lot because it was actually cool to see how Alina... Those are the pens that I took off. Wait. Right there. Just so you know information. It's nice. So Alina was pretty cool, like the way that she decided to just rule over the Apparat, because let me tell you, if there's a character that I hate in this series, is the Apparat. He's just a fanatic zealot with a taste for power, and I cannot. I hate those types of characters. I mean, I like to hate them because I don't like to hate them, but I like they're good constructed people that we don't like, because in reality, we like some people and we dislike some people, so fine. And he's distasteful and dislikable. Poor soul. But whatever, I like how she and Mal and all of the Grisha kind of build a plan to overpower him and make them go away. And I am really interested in the fact that Alina can summon a little bit of shadows right now that she took from the... So if you haven't understand yet, spoilers, because obviously, as I was saying, I like that she can summon a little bit of shadows that she took from the Darkling. I think that that's pretty fun. Well, it's not funny, but it can be useful probably. I hope so, because if Lee Bardugo just said that in order to like, oh wow, she took it from the Darkling and then nobody will talk about the shadows again, I'll be really sad. But it's nice. It's nice because she's supposed to be a light being, a sun summoner, and now she's kind of a little bit darker, which reflects on her character growth and the fact that she likes power and she's trying to get most of it, and she's a little bit greedy as well, but for the supposed right reasons of the thing. Like, I don't know, I like it. And I like how she went to the Darkling and she was like, bitch, I can hunt you too now if I want. And she just pretended that she was going to kiss him, and he was like, oh damn. And she was like, fuck you. I enjoy their dynamic in which they look like they want to hate fuck each other, but that they hate each other. I like that. I don't like to see them like as a couple, because I feel like they will never be an equal power couple. Like, I feel like the Darkling will always try to possess Alina, and I feel like he will diminish her and not bring the best in her. And I feel like Alina cannot be with someone like the Darkling because their morals don't go together. But I like the relationship that they have by not liking each other, by hating each other. I feel like they are a power struggle hungry people that actually, they respect each other and they see in each other what they needed, which is a partner, someone that understood their power, but at the same time they are so different that they don't work out together. And I would really, I wouldn't mind if they actually had sex, but it had to be like, do you know, I mean, I don't know why I'm talking smutty right now because I don't read smutty novels, but do you know when there's that tension, that sexual tension, that you know that you could hate fuck someone, basically? I feel like this is how you call it. And came out of it like it happened, but it was just a casual thing, you know. There was so much tension in our hate that we needed to power through, and now it's okay. A scene like that would be really nice. I don't know why I'm picturing this, but a scene like that would be really nice. But for the rest of them, like being a couple and being, if they could, I mean, if Alina had the same morality than the Darkling, and if the Darkling had the same morality than Alina, which I feel like it's not possible at all because he's a villain, he's a born villain. Well, maybe not born, but whatever, you know. Or if they had the same power and same representativity in the relationship, then I could see it. But at this time, I cannot. They are not an OTP. They are not a ship. I just want them to do themselves. Okay, you know, just one time, just so they can throw all of that tension in there and be done with it. But I mean, I like Mal. I don't know why people don't like Mal. I mean, sometimes he says stuff that I'm like, dude, we all know that you guys want to be together. Just stop with it. But I understand. I goddamn understand. He wants to protect her. He feels like she's meant for something better. She's going to have the third amplifier, and he doesn't agree because he feels like it modifies the person that she is, and it puts her in even more danger. And she sometimes is not clear and coherent with him as well. But I like them. I don't know. I feel like from the three people that are supposed to be the ships that we have with Alina, which is Mal, Nikolai, and the Darkling for me is kind of a, as I told you, like just a sex sort of thing and be done with it. Nikolai and Alina, I don't see it. I see them as very good friends. Absolutely. I can see that. Mal and Alina is the only thing that actually works. I could go with Alina and Genya because they have more tension. Not tension, but they have more dynamics than all of the male pairings put together. But sincerely, I like Genya with David because they're just so nerdy and cute together. I don't know. I just enjoy it. I don't know. So yeah, I don't know. I don't care. I just want to know if the Darkling dies, which I don't want him to die, but he probably has to. I mean, there has to be a new villain. I don't know. I don't know. Okay. I want them to get out of the tunnels, though, because 80 fucking pages of tunnels, I mean. Okay, so they are finally out. So I am, 96 pages into this book. So it wasn't that long if we consider that this is almost 400 pages, so it's 380 something, I believe. So it wasn't that long under rocks. So I have nothing to be worried about, apparently, except for verbs, because Mal has a tattoo, and I'm like, okay, totally cool with that, because I do have one as well, and he has something written on it, and Alina is like, what does this mean? And he's like, I am become a blade. I mean, I know that English isn't my first language, but isn't it supposed to be I have become a blade? You know, like I am become a blade. The fuck does this mean? Good morning, and oh my god, last night I could not stop reading Ruin and Rising. What the fuck? I read until page 212, and if you remember, I was like on page 100 or something, and oh my god, so important points. I'm doing my breakfast, so maybe I won't be able to talk as well. Okay, so important points. Genya going, like, she's going to be on trial at the end of the book, supposedly, and when she goes there, and the king is like, you bitch, and and what are you doing here? And she is extremely badass. She's just so great. I love Genya. And I am so glad. If you remember, when I was reading Siege and Storm and wrapping up that vlog, I was like, I really wanted that the phrase, I am not Ruin, I am Ruination, which I knew that would appear in Ruin and Rising, would be from Genya's point of view. And it is. Like, she says that to the king. Badass. Badass. I almost cried. I was feeling really... I'm sorry, I just wake up. So I was feeling really emotional when she was brought to the king and everyone was trying to defend her. And he was like, well, I didn't rape her because she was a servant, so she has to do this. And how she poisoned her own skin and lips. And every day she had to heal herself just so she could fuck him over. It's just so amazing. And David, I'm going to put you here because I have to put some butter on my bread. But okay. David, he was so sweet. Like, that's my bread. Okay. Sorry, it burns. So David was really, really sweet when he said that her beauty was like a disguise that she wore, but what was inside of her was like steel. And I was like, oh, David, my God, you're so cute, bro. It was so cool. And that now they are together officially, and I'm really happy. What I'm not really happy about is what happened to Nikolai. Like, what is going to happen? I already knew that he was supposed to have like this monster sort of thing, which will come to play in King of Scars and maybe in the Grishatrilogy. I don't know. I feel like he appears in the Grishatrilogy. No, in the Six of Crows duology. I'm sorry. Too many names. But I thought that it was going to be like a shapeshifter. So maybe with a fox or something, because everyone keeps calling him Clever Fox and all of that thing. But actually, throughout Siege and Storm and throughout Ruin and Rising, nothing happened to him. So I was like, maybe he's not a shapeshifter. Maybe he's going to do something that will allow him to get the title of something and he won't be a real monster. But oh my God, the Darkling transformed him into an Ichivoya? What the fuck? How did... I mean, I was just... It doesn't look like it because you can't see my face. But I was extremely disturbed. I was reading that, and it was actually the last thing that I read before going to sleep because I was like, I cannot handle this, and if I continue reading, I'm going to finish the entire book tonight, and I'm not going to sleep, and that's not an option because I have to sleep because obviously I have my PhD to prepare, so I need to be attentive. So I was like, what the fuck happened to Nikolai? And now he disappeared, and can he reverse that shit? I mean, maybe Alina when she has the Firebird, because I know what the Firebird is, and I know where it is, but I don't know how that shit is going down, you know? But maybe Alina when she has the Firebird, because she will have the powers of Morozova, she can maybe reverse him, but probably some of it will still stay there, because I remember that I saw in King of Scars, the synopsis, I feel like it said something about him fighting against the darkness in himself, like, I don't know. And that will probably change him, because, I mean, he's half monster now, and apparently, so apparently he will still be king, because King of Scars, you know. And maybe people don't know what happened to him, but I was just devastated. I love Nikolai because I feel like he's, on his core, he's like the only truly good person that really wants to do everything for his country. And you have to think that his country actually doesn't like him at all. His country calls him bastard. His country... You know what I mean? It's not even his country, because we now know that he's really a bastard, a Fjordan bastard. So yeah, I mean, he's just so cool, and I love him. I feel like he's a good friend to Alina as well. I love their dynamics as friends, not as lovers. I cannot see that, but as friends, it's amazing. And now I'm really worried about him. Like, I know that he comes back, But I'm really happy that I wasn't spoiled for this, because I was reading and I was like, what, and it was really amazing. And the Darkling is called Alexander. Are you fucking... Well, at least he's better than being like a Sergei or something. There's always a Sergei. Well, there is a Sergei, actually. He's a Corporalki, I think. I don't know. I don't care. But, goddamn, the story of Bagra, about she being descendant of Morozova and everything that happened, was so intense. And I get what Alina is saying, that she might be related with the second child of Morozova. I don't know. I'm curious, because for this I wasn't spoiled, so I have no idea. But the thought that she was making out with her cousin... it was funny. And she was like, no. I mean, she was all like, okay, the Darkling is smooth, and I don't want to kiss him because he killed a lot of people, but he's actually gorgeous. And now she's like, the plague. So funny. Okay, I shouldn't be laughing about this. I have to eat, because I have things to do. And I'll update you what I do. Okay? I finished it! Ah! Okay, we're fine. We're cool. But, shit! This was a great book. I don't get the hate of this series. I mean, I probably... Okay, so, talking time. I feel like people don't enjoy the Grisha trilogy anymore because they read Six of Crows first. And Six of Crows is supposed to be better because the Grisha trilogy was the beginning of the work of the author. So, obviously, as a debut trilogy, supposedly she's not at her best. But I gotta say, if Six of Crows is better than this, I'm gonna die. Because this was so good. I was reading Ruin and Rising, and sometimes tears came into my eyes. Like, I didn't absolutely cry. If you've seen some of the vlogs that I made for February, I read Children of Blood and Bone in February, and I was completely broken by that book, and I cried for hours straight because of that book. And that wasn't what happened in this one, but some of the things in here made me feel so nostalgic, made me feel sad, but at the same time happy and alive. Like, I don't know how to tell you. I really, really enjoy the Grisha trilogy. And my enjoyment of the thing, went progressively up with each book. So I enjoyed Shadow and Bone, but not as much in Siege and Storm was better, and Ruin and Rising was better. So I don't get how people hate Siege and Storm. And I don't know how people hate the entire series. I don't know. This trilogy was really good. I am very surprised. I was not expecting to like the Grisha trilogy, and you're going to be like, so why the fuck did you spend your money on it? And I was like, because I wanted to read Six of Crows and King of Scars. But oh my god, I really, really enjoy the Grisha trilogy. Again, I love that Alina and Mal are together and they both lost something. I love how he lost his ability to be one with nature and to track, and how she lost her power. I wasn't expecting her to lose her power. I had no idea that was going to happen. So I was spoiled for the fact that Mal was the third amplifier. I already knew that. But what was curious is I didn't know that it was because of Morozova's attempt to save his child, his human child. And I had no idea that the actual Firebird actually existed, but he didn't experiment on him because he already had the third amplifier. So I had no idea about that. Which was really cool. And I can see now the I knew that Mal was the third amplifier, but I couldn't see the foreshadowing of the thing. I was like, what? But then I thought, yes, because every time that they touched, they felt that jolt of thingy. And I was like, damn, what? It was really, and it makes sense that the only time that she was able to use her power was when she, in the first book when she grabbed Mal to try to protect him. Like, she touched him, and I was like, she touched him, I'm so dumb. And it was really, really cool. I really enjoyed them together. I feel like their relationship was very real, and maybe that's why people normally don't like the relationship. I was expecting Mal to be a childish, stupid boy, but he actually wasn't. He was actually very responsible. He had to grow up a little fast, and the progression of his character throughout, like in Siege and Storm, he's basically a drunk that is trying to deal with the idea that Alina is probably going to marry a prince or be fucked by the Darkling, or something is going to happen and that she isn't for him, and he's trying to deal with that, and he can't because he actually loves her. So he drinks, he does stupid things, but that's normal. I mean, that happens in real life. It's not good coping mechanism. I don't appreciate that, obviously, but I've done my stupid decisions, and all of us have done our stupid decisions, and I believe that people hate Mal in a way because they see a lot of realism in him and they don't like it. But I enjoyed it so much. I enjoyed that Alina wasn't a perfect hero because she always felt greed and the need to have more power, but at the same time, at her core, she wasn't selfish. She was selfless. She wanted the best for her people and for her friends and for the country, but at the same time, she knew that even if that put her friends in danger, she would still look for the third amplifier. And at the end, she still killed Mal, but not only for greed, but because she needed it to save people. And I feel like that's why it went so well. And I loved that she lost her powers, and I loved that she killed the Darkling with just a stupid little knife, which obviously makes me feel like he's going to come back, because he wasn't killed. He was killed by Grisha's steel, but he wasn't killed like through powers, and he didn't disappear. You know what I mean? But at the same time, he was burned. So I don't know. And that dynamic between them, I don't like them as love interests, but I like them as keen relationships between villains and heroes, because when you have an antagonist to yourself, it's obvious that you're going to form a profound relationship that does not have to do with sex. Although I had to say that I like that time where they almost... But obviously you're going to form a profound relationship, and at the end I really enjoyed seeing that she was the only one that actually mourned him for the boy he had been and not the person he became, because sometimes people cannot see through their hate, and I believe that what she showed him was respect for another human being and for what he wanted, because he actually wanted to free the Grisha, to make a beautiful place for all of them, because they weren't respected, they weren't treated properly. And what he wanted wasn't bad. The ways he went to get them was bad. But thanks to what he did, we now supposedly have a second army that is formed by conjunct Grisha that are working with Nikolai. So he did achieve his purpose. He just didn't do it in the right way. And it's not what we like. It's the actions that we make that define us. But at the same time, I feel like that motivation that he had was a little bit lost in the greed that he had, but it wasn't completely a corrupting motivation. I hate that Bagra had to die because I liked her so much. And I don't know, when the Darkling was killed and he was like, really, I'm going to die like this with a stupid knife on me after everything, and I was like, oh, god damn it. I don't know, I like the Darkling as a villain, as I always said. I don't like him shipped with Alina, I don't like him shipped with anyone, but I love him as a villain. He was a great villain, he was very morally gray, and I was really, really interested in him. Like, I don't care if he was hot or not, although that obviously helps, but his morality and all of his motivations were just so cool. And I really liked Alina. She wasn't whiny at all. She was worried, she was human, I feel like we don't have a lot of human heroes, if you know what I mean. And I liked it. I don't know, I feel like this had the normal tropes, okay, but they were subversive sometimes, and I liked it, and I cannot understand for the life of me how people don't like it. And I have to say that in the first vlog I said I hate Zoya, and I was really sad because supposedly she's going to be a main character in King of Scars, and I wanted to like her. But she grew on me. She's venomous, and she is not the best person in the universe, but she is not terrible either. So she grew on me. And poor little Nikolai! Oh my god, I was suffering so much. Like, I love him, obviously. How can you not love him? And I love that his relationship with Alina is a relationship of friendship. I always wanted that since he was introduced in Siege and Storm, and even when he supposedly proposed to her because he had to do an alliance, I was like, no, you're such good friends. You are so good, like, friends. Please don't fuck this up. And at the end, when he's so traumatized by everything, but he's still the king that he was meant to be, and they meet for the last time, supposedly, and he's like, you can still marry me because I need someone to be by my side, and I need someone that actually cares for me. And she's like, no, like, you don't have to do an alliance with me anymore. I'm not a saint. This is not what we want. And he's like, but we were friends though, right? And I'm like, oh, you poor sweet little creature. I love you. And she was like, duh, we are friends. And I'm like, bless you, Alina. You're just... because they're so cool as friends. Poor little one. Now I understand why he's called King of Scars, because supposedly he has scars in his fingers because of the talons of Nichivoya. Poor Nikolai, I cannot. I mean, this was so emotional. I really love these books. So, this concludes my vlog for the Ruin and Rising by Leigh Bardugo, the third book in the Grisha trilogy. And it concludes my vlogs for the Grisha trilogy. So I wanted to read next Six of Crows and Crooked Kingdom, but for some fucking reason, there's been more than 2 weeks since I ordered them from Book Depository, and they're still not here. So I don't know if they got lost in the mail between England and Portugal, or what the fuck happened, but I don't have the books. I only have King of Scars, and I wanted to read that one, but I'm like, I cannot, because I have no fucking idea who Nina is, and I have to read Six of Crows first, because I'm doing this in order. So I don't know when you'll have more vlogs from me about the Grishaverse, but they will be coming. I will figure out a way of getting to Six of Crows and Crooked Kingdom, even though I already paid for them, and they're not here, but, you know, life, you know. But yeah, I'm just so fucking excited. I feel like everyone says that Six of Crows and Crooked Kingdom is better than the Grisha trilogy, so if it is actually better, I am going to die, because I absolutely love this trilogy, and I wasn't counting on it, and it was so good. I love when something you feel like is not going to be great is amazing and surprises you. And yeah, so that's going to be it for this vlog. I hope that you guys enjoyed it. If you've read the Grisha trilogy, now on this vlog you can comment everything down below, because obviously this vlog is spoilers. But please do leave a spoiler warning, because people might search for the comments for no particular reason and get spoiled. But yeah, that is all for today, and happy readings to you all. And this is so good. I'm really happy that I read this shit. This is really good. This is really good. Look at the... Oh! Yep, that's all for me. Bye.